This is I'm getting a little bit tired. Maybe I should continue this tomorrow. Weirdly enough, this dragon not as hard as the two others I faced. Or I am high enough level to clear those two first dragons as well, but they felt a lot harder than this one. And I do have extra troops helping me out, so... Let's start out with the elves. I think that's... Oh crap. Almost dead from the beginning. Crazy. Let's see. Lesser. Let's do a greater on you then. Greater on you. Same here. Let's try and not get in. There we go. Okay, lesser. Beer. Beer.
Here comes trouble. All you got? Here comes trouble. I never liked this part.
Alright, so I think we're doing good here, but it's actually really hard to tell. Alright, so I'll have like ballista towers. What the hell?
I never liked this part.
Where's the dragon? So the ballistas are very good. Let's God damn it. It's chaos. Where's the dragon? It's just bombarding. Where the hell is it? There we go. Ballista jammed. God damn it. Oh. So we have to cheese it. We don't really have a choice. Where the hell did they go?
Wait, let me. There's no need for you to die. This is my duty. I should be the one to kill it.
That it was very anticlimactic, and the elves did it, but I didn't have any pots, so I couldn't do anything. And I mean, being close combat is it's not a way to fight the dragons. Like, if I would replay this game, I would have a crossbow on every fighter, because that the crossbow is strength. Like, you can't go as soon as you go into close combat, you get stunned or knocked down. You can't do anything, so you have to shoot. Okay, so let's decide. We're gonna let Alistair be king here, I think. Why would you sacrifice yourself, Alistair?
You know why. I didn't want to become king, but now I am. This is my duty. And this right here is the best king I could be. My first and last act being to stop the blight before it really starts. No one could blame me for that, could they?
I think you would be a good king, Alistair.
Really? Because I think I would be a piss-poor king. I don't know the first thing about it. Not to mention that you're a friend. We've fought back-to-back since Ostergar, and you've saved my life a dozen times over. I'd gladly return the favor, if you'll let me.
Well, it seems like he really wants to do it. Thank you, Alistair. I won't forget you. Okay. Change my mind.
And then it was over. With the archdemon dead, the Darkspawn horde quickly crumbled. Most fled back into the deep roads. They would remain a threat in the years to come. But the blight had been ended before it had truly begun. Ferelden had been saved, and the entire kingdom rose up to joyously greet its queen. Grey Wardens stood redeemed, and a new age had begun. But at what cost?
My friends, we are gathered to celebrate those responsible for our victory. Alistair, the son of King Merrick and last of the Therin bloodline, gave his life for us by slaying the mighty archdemon. But the one who led the battle against the Darkspawn, thankfully, remains with us still. Ladies and gentlemen, I present the hero of Ferelden. The first Grey Warden to defeat the Blight since Garahel 4 centuries ago. Grey Warden, it is hard to imagine how you could have aided Ferelden more. I think it only appropriate that I return the favor. Is there any boon you might request of Ferelden's queen?
I ask that the house pay for what I did to my family.
Let it be known that the Hows are hereby stripped of their titles and fortune, and will be investigated as to their individual involvement in the High Ever attack. High Ever itself is restored to your family, namely your brother Fergus, who was found safe and sound near the Kokari Wilds. Let it also be known that the Arling of Amaranthine, once the land of Arl Howe, is now granted to the Grey Wardens. There they can rebuild, following the example of those who went before them. What are your plans? Will you remain with the Grey Wardens?
The Darkspawn is still a threat. The Grey Wardens need me.
I am certain they will be relieved to know your intentions. There is a group of eager Ferelden citizens waiting outside to get a look at their hero. I suggest you make at least a brief appearance before they storm the gate. Just tell the guard at the door when you are ready.
Warden Commander. Alright. So...
Allow me to offer you my personal congratulations, Warden. I must admit that while I did not share my father's pessimism regarding the Grey Wardens, I had my doubts that such a small number of you could be victorious. Yet here you are.
We were lucky.
The Maker smiles upon you, or so they are saying. Luck and destiny are two branches of the same tree. Now I see Arl Eamon gesturing to me. There is more work to be done. I must take my leave of you, I fear. Enjoy the rest of the celebration, Warden. I shall speak to you again before the day is done.
How incredible that it survived. It has exceeded my expectations.
Thank you.
It is welcome. I'll point out that my expectations are difficult to exceed. Thankfully, it appears to be the exception when it comes to its kind. Otherwise, I might be forced to revise my opinion completely. But it is time for me to find my own way. Its quest is done now, and thus it is less interesting than before.
What are you gonna do now?
Travel. North, I think. Or perhaps east. Though there is an ocean that way. I may walk on the bottom. I don't know. Perhaps I will meet it once again in its travels. Or perhaps not. Either way, I wish it well.
When I heard that my little brother was not only a Grey Warden, but also leading Ferelden into battle, I was surprised, to put it mildly, Father. He would have been so proud of you. I know I am. You've done good.
How paid for what he did? I killed him myself.
Hal has lost everything, that bastard. Vengeance is bitter, but I think about Oren. It barely seems like it's enough. At least Amaranthine now belongs to the Grey Wardens. There's some justice in that, I think. I need to go back to High Ever. See if I can clean up the mess Hal made of it. I will see you soon, I hope.
We'll see, I'll be traveling.
Try not to be gone for too long. At this rate, the next time I see you, you'll have conquered half a Thedas and be 12 feet tall. Take care of yourself, you hear? Or I'll find you and nag you like Mother did until you're ready to tear out your hair.
Oh, let's see.
So here we are. The conquering hero has won the day, and now he takes his bow and exits the stage. A fine ending.
But does the hero get his girl?
I don't know. I haven't read that part yet, have I? You'll have to tell me.
If she is smart, she'll stick around.
Oh, is that how it is? You know, I can't help now but think of my vision. The Maker sent me to help you, and look what you did. It's a miracle. It truly is. I've been asked by the Chantry to return to the Urn of Sacred Ashes. I need to make sure it's protected. Maybe pilgrims can even begin going there again.
Do you need help?
If you'd like to come, I'd be glad for the company. Especially yours. The expedition leaves in a month. We can talk again once the celebrations are done and make preparations. I look forward to it.
Okay. We'll try to romance her entire game, but she's a tough cookie.
Humans have a better taste for spirits than I thought. The ale up here is actually good. Orzammar ale tastes like dirt in comparison. Probably because they put dirt in it. Go figure.
Think you might go back to Orzammar?
I don't know. Maybe eventually. Well, that pot-bellied son of a whore Tegan said I'd pass out before drinking an entire barrel of pickle juice. I aim to prove him wrong.
That's nice.
It's been good traveling with you, Warden. Don't get lost in the shuffle now.
Let's see, Stan here.
They call you hero. I have not heard it used before, but I think I understand the intent. The Arishok on occasion has declared a Kunari to be Kunoran Vel, one who serves as an example to others. Such examples are always made after their death, however, a death in service to the Kyun. A living Kunoran Vel would be too proud.
Do the Kunari celebrate and put on parades?
When a Kunoran Vel is declared, certainly. It is one of few occasions when the Kunari are permitted to engage in revelry. There is imbibing of spirits, public chanting, meditations abandoned. It is madness.
That would be quite a sight.
It is interesting. It can take days for the Ben Hasrath to restore order. There may even be executions. I suppose I should tell you. I have decided to return to my people. Your quest is done, and thus so is my reason for accompanying you.
And I was just starting to get used to.
And I to you, strangely enough. It must be said. You found my sword and gave me a chance to restore my honor. I owe you a great debt.
You helped me as well, it's been good.
It has. That one of the Baz, a foreigner, would become known as Kadan to me. Unthinkable. Yet here it is. Perhaps I shall see you again one day. Until then, may you always find the path you seek. Farewell, Kadan.
Alright. So, I don't think there was anyone else here. No. Okay, I spoke to everybody. Okay, let's see the finale here.
Are you ready, my lord? The crowds outside are getting restless.
Yes, I'm ready. Let's go.
Right. I'll take you there now. Follow me.
Let's see. In the months that followed her coronation, Anora proved herself an adept ruler. Trade agreements with other lands quickly brought new funds into the royal coffers, and with them the queen saw the capital rebuilt. The army was restored, laws were passed to encourage freeholders to produce sufficient harvest, and plans were conceived for a university. Despite Logains being executed in disgrace, Queen Anora insisted on building a monument to her father, overlooking the Orlesian embassy. The statue was largely ignored, save by Anora herself, who voyaged out to the statue once a year to place flowers at its feet. As the years passed, Anora continued to rebuff the advice of Ferelden's nobility, requesting that she remarry. Though prospective suitors from other nations visit Denerim from time to time, the queen only comment is that all of them fall far short for the bar she measures them against, that of her father. Okay. News that the urn of sacred ashes has been found in Ferelden did not spread outside of the Chantry until Brother Genetivi made an announcement several months after the defeat of the Darkspawn. The manuscript detailing his research and his experience with Andraste's cult drew huge interest among scholars throughout Thedas. Some years later, the Chantry announced that the resting place of Andraste's ashes had indeed been found. They were located, however, in the ruins that were also the lair of a high dragon, thus proving too dangerous to approach. Many made demands to secure the ashes so that followers could undertake pilgrimage to partake of their healing powers. Following numerous failed attempts to deal with the dragon, the beast finally flew off to find other haven, but leaving the mountaintop sanctum in ruins. An excavation found no traces of the urn. People began to doubt that the ashes had been found, while others claimed that the cult of Andraste's followers stole them from the temple. Still others say that the Maker himself removed the urn, demanding mankind unworthy of it. For now, what happened to the urn is simply unknown. Following months of grim effort, the Templars cleared the last remaining spirits from the Circle Tower, making it safe to rebuild a home for Ferelden's Circle of Magi. Rumors of what happened increased the common folks' distrust of mages, and more than one young apprentice claimed to encounter mages thought long dead still wandering in the Fade. Once the tower was rebuilt, Knight Commander Gregor stepped down from his post and retired to a life in private contemplation as a brother of in the Chantry. His health failed over time, and after refusing treatment, he perished in his sleep. Knight Commander Cullen said to be more strict and less trusting of the mages even than Gregor was. He ruled the circle with fear. With the slavery shut down in the Alien Age, the lot of the city-born elves improved for a time. The new king even named the local elder to his personal court, a scandal amongst the humans, but a sign of new hope to the elves. Shiani continued to be an outspoken member of the Alien Age community, and in time became the new elder. That outspokenness earned her frequent trouble, but served her people well. Arl Eamon returned to Redcliffe, beginning a long task of rebuilding. He found the village already bursting and eager to leave behind the memories of those terrible nights facing the undead. Lady Isolde bore her husband another child, this time a girl. The birth was difficult, however, and Isolde died in Eamon's arms. He named the child Rowan, and his own sister after his own sister, and raised her with a loving hand. When she began to exhibit affinity for magic at a young age, he gave her over to the circle for training. but continued to visit her and loved her no less than before. The Dalish elves prospered after the siege at Denerim, having earned much respect for their part in the battle. For once, human lands welcomed the wandering folk. The new keeper, Lananya, was respected both among the Dalish as well as Ferelden's court. She was a voice of reason, and other Dalish clans would turn to her to help resolve disputes with human folk. In time, many of the Dalish clan moves to new land, provided for them in the south near Ostagar. Wary of their human neighbors, however, tensions soon rose again, and only keeper Leana's leadership kept peace alive. In Orgrimmar, King Haromont found himself in a protracted battle against the Balans rebellion that left him unable to gain the stability he needed. The clan lords objected to many of his measures in the assembly, and only his effort to increase the dwarves' isolation from the surface met any success. In time, Haramont's health began to fail. Some claimed it was poison, while others said it was a flagging spirit. Either way, after a protracted illness, the king finally passed away. The wrangling in the assembly for a successor began almost immediately. Brother Burkle, new chantry in Orgrimmar, drew a surprising number of converts among the dwarves. They quickly attracted a great deal of anger from more conservative quarters, and before long the assembly severely restricted the Andrastian rights. Brother Burkle resisted and was slain while being arrested during a peaceful demonstration in the Commons. The assembly claimed that this was an accident, but news of the result riots reached the chantry on the surface, where the divine even contemplated a new exalt march. The dwarven mage Dagna ultimately completed her studies, and the rebuilt circle tower eventually Wait a minute. The dwarven mage Dagna ultimately completed her studies at the rebuilt circle tower. Eventually she published a comprehensive theory of how lyrium vapors relate to the supply of magic. It gained a great deal of attention. Although the Anvil of the Void was destroyed, rumors about its location crept into Orgrimmar. Years later, thanks to the defeat of the Darkspawn on the surface, a few determined smiths managed to locate the anvil's remains. They examined the ruins of the anvil, and upon returning to Orgrimmar with their findings, convinced the shepherd to attempt to recreate Caridin's research. New golem was created, bound with a spirit taken from the Fade. The golem immediately went insane, killing several sharpers before it was destroyed. The research was branded excessively dangerous and sealed away. Whispers of its existence circulated throughout Orgrimmar, however, and demand among the Smith caste to reopen Caridin's research refused to abate. True to her word, Morrigan vanished. the same night she made her offer at Redcliffe Castle. Someone of Morrigan's descriptions was later seen traveling alone, heading west through the Frostback Mountains. Several years later, Tales Out of Orlais said that a strange dark-haired mage had insinuated herself within the Empress's court. The companions who traveled with Svinto eventually scattered to the four winds, drawn either by personal duty or called to further adventures. The Grey Wardens welcomed their hero back into the fold gladly, eager to receive a hero who faced the Archdemon and lived to pass the knowledge. As the blighted lands began to heal and the Grey Wardens slowly rebuilt the order in the Amarathine, I don't know how to pronounce that better, they discovered that the fight against the Darkspawn was not yet complete. Although the Horde was routed and had dissolved upon the Archdemon's death, many of the more powerful Darkspawn survived to organize revolting warbands that they preyed both upon the land and upon each other. These warbands spread havoc, and some even journeyed west into Orlais or crossed the Shiny Sea by the deep roads. They proved incredibly difficult to wipe out. But these are tales yet to be told. This tale ended with the death of the Archdemon and the end of the Blight before it truly began. Surely Svinto would be heard from again. Alright, so